Paul Robeson went
this
here.
is great.
The famous black communist.
Oh, communist. Should we be celebrating that?
Are you triggered?
No, I'm asking you a question.
I believe, communism's a great thing, actually.
The idea of communism is like absolutely liberating. It's the idea of like embracing a collective spirit to build a better world.
Yes, resist. What are you resisting?
I'm resisting you, bitch.
Wow, very progressive and brave.
Caitlin Bennett pooped her pants in college. It's pretty tight.
Show is Liberty Hangout Show.
Liberty Hangout Show.
Subscribe. Hit the notification bell.
Notifications, subscribe.
Can you tell us Liberty Hangout #1 YouTube channel? Subscribe. Give us a little plug.
Liberty Hangout #1 YouTube channel. Subscribe to them.
Perfect. Okay, question for you. Hi guys, do you want to do a group interview here?
Me and James are both white people. Like we are in the oppressive class, and we recognize.
Am I in the oppressive?
Wow, an Italian who knows that they're white. Interesting. Hey, why don't the Italians in my community learn something from an Italian at Rutgers University?
Class?
Yeah, just like we benefit from white privilege in a way that it's not obvious, but it's in a more subtle way. I mean, look around. Do you see any indigenous people?
Yeah, I talked to a lot today, actually.
Really? What tribes were they from?
I didn't ask because that's not important to me.
But
Do you know the history?
It's not important to me.
History of this campus? This was built. Most of it was built by slave labor.
Why are you here?
Many buildings have the names of slave-holding families.
Why do you go in them?
Well, because Rutgers has a legacy also on top of this with really radical politics. Paul Robeson went here, the famous black communist.
Oh, communist. Should we be celebrating that?
Are you triggered?
No, I'm asking you a question.
I believe, communism's a great thing, actually. I mean, obviously.
I love that she very quickly switched over from the one guy who was sympathetic to her to two people that are probably going to own her into oblivion.
It's been implemented in ways that haven't been effective in some
Can you show me where it's been effective?
I believe naturally humans hold a collective spirit. We are not atomized individuals. Neoliberalism has torn through humanity.
So individualism is out of the picture.
I believe we all have individual rights and the right to self-determination, as Palestinian people do as well.
Wait, this guy is pretty good, dude.
Very brave.
Yes. And I also believe that naturally we are innately collective. And I believe that we all exist in a mosaic of humanity. And I think the fact that the capitalist system and neoliberalism has completely destroyed that produces ideology.
He's the Rutgers DSA president, really? Dude, what the hell was I doing? I was nowhere near this woke in college, dude. Sounds like you a bit. Yeah, me 10 years after college.
Fascism is a direct result of that.
My God, you were throwing out all these really crazy, weird terms. Eco-fascism. No.
Wait. This is so good. She's just like, I don't understand the things you're saying. That's what she's just basically said. So it must be dumb.
They are. Honestly, if you talk to a normal person, eco-fascism, that's really stupid.
The shooter self-identified as an eco-fascist. He wrote a manifesto about the climate crisis. He said he accepted the science and then scapegoated black and brown people. This is real threats that we're dealing with. Okay. And I think to say that they're not real problems really minimizes.
I never said that. I said
my introduction to theory was in college, but my understanding of theory did not develop until much later, especially considering the fact that I mean, while being a political science major, still had a relatively pro-capitalist, social democratic approach to American politics, and also global politics in general. What radicalized me in America is healthcare. What radicalized me originally, or what made me open-minded to socialization or nationalization, was seeing it work in my country, in Turkey, a country that was a developing nation. It definitely wasn't until later that I became more woke, I would say.
Said it's silly. What is eco-fascism? What is that?
It's this idea that it's a branch of far-right politics. Usually far-right people don't accept the fact that climate change is a real pressing problem.
What do you think about this? You're just a bystander. What do you identify with? Are you a right-wing, left-wing? Don't really care?
Don't really care. I'm in the middle.
So right.
What about eco-fascism? Are you contributing to that?
Is your name Caitlin Bennett or something?
It is, yeah.
Oh, I've seen you. I don't know. Okay.
All right. Have a good day. All right. Very cool, guys. I mean, I wouldn't be, if you're that conscious about slavery and the Native Americans, I wouldn't be on this campus if you told me all that crazy history. But, I mean, It is really weird that
It
you're
is-
okay with
we do wanna get an
communists being
education
here.
So we can.
Yes, I need the education.
No, I didn't say that. I said we are here getting an education
Okay,
so we
I'm
can
sorry.
better the systems that we do believe are structurally oppressing people. It's not fair to just say we recognize that the history is problematic, but there's also a positive history that James very diligently pointed.
A gentle tear is rolling down my cheeks as these young radicals are absolutely obliterating spaghetti-haired Caitlin Bennett who shit her pants in college. My God, what a beautiful painting this is.
Out.
Communists came out of the school.
Communist radicals, just people who think
That's
in a different
positive.
way. Radical is an inherently positive thing.
Communists. That's okay.
Yes. The idea of communism is absolutely liberating. It's the idea of embracing a collective spirit to build a better world. Do you have a defense of this instead of just acting shocked? Can you give me something to work with?
Yeah, so I think communism is inherently wrong because it strips away the individual. There's no more individual, so people can't be looked at as you're an individual, you're all different, you all have the right to do and be what you want to do.
Wrong. Communism is the only ideology, or communism is the only system, rather, that could create individual liberties. The only way for you to have a maximum individual liberties free of shackles of remuneration for subsistence wages, to pursue growth, to pursue whatever your personal choices are, to truly better yourself, to truly better society, by reorganizing our economy in more egalitarian ways, or at least to deliver more egalitarian outcomes.
Inherently, communism is wrong because it's based off of theft.
the right word.
Communism is not okay because you don't have the right to.
Based off of theft, as opposed to capitalism, in which theft of wages occurs naturally, but we've decided that it's legal, so that's not theft anymore. That's pretty tight. She's really bad. I mean, no wonder the rest of the conservatives disowned her.
Every person has the right to their property. You don't have the right to your property?
No. Right now we're not living in a communist system, but I'm willing to give up. Personal property is a capitalistic notion that has been embedded in us, so we think that it's the right thing to do. Because
Why isn't it right to have your property and have a right to your property?
Because there's no end to exploitation without expropriation.
is directly related to the exploitation of the people who are creating the thing.
So consent to trade with an individual is exploiting? Hold on, I'm talking to her.
Good one.
No, wait, consent to trade. That's not what I'm saying. When did trade become a point
You
of
talk about capitalism is
Right.
wrong because it exploits people.
consensual trade is not happening in capitalism. It's not a barter
Consensual trade
system.
is fine if everyone's on the same playing
Yeah.
field.
Yeah, dude. Voluntary association, consensual trade, totally real concepts. When, now Dengists are gonna mauled, but when we exploit the third world, that's consensual trade. You know what I mean? We give them the crumbs and we exploit them for their deregulated labor, and we give them back crumbs of the profits that we generate off of them. That's consensual trade.
Capitalism does not produce even outcomes for people.
That's the point. It shouldn't. It's trading.
This is why neoliberals on r/Reddit neoliberal are identical to conservatives. They are conservatives. The original neoliberalism is a conservative ideology because they believe the same thing.
That's the point. It shouldn't.
How is it
It's trading.
consensual then?
Some people inherently are better. Get a job?
What if we live in a system?
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
Have
So-
you read the new Jim Crow?
We don't live in a society.
Look
I
at the
see
racism
different colors of
that-
people
Okay,
all
give me
around
the
me
evidence.
every day.
Just give me the evidence.
Bro, wait a minute. We don't live in a racist society because there's people of different colors that live around me every day that I see? What? So during the Jim Crow South, pre-abolition of slavery, there were still black people. You saw them. That's not a counterpoint. This is so good. Oh, wow. That's good.
So how do we not live in a society?
Color of their
Explain to me
skin.
why 13% of black people are disenfranchised in this country.
So 13% of the population is what makes up black people.
Millions of people are disenfranchised because of the systems
Tell me
that
the
this
system.
country is based on.
Tell me the system.
Mass incarceration, the prison industrial complex, the military industrial complex are all perpetuated on the notion that black and brown bodies are less than white bodies.
So that's in the law.
That is prescribed in the law, yes.
Can you show me
I can
where?
show you
What's the law?
The 13th Amendment says it abolishes slavery except for the fact of people in jail, right? So it's like you have this issue of mass incarceration because black people are, for the same crime, the same amount of times they're committed, they are incarcerated more times because they don't have resources to get a lawyer. They don't have resources to get any legal defense, so they're put in jail, right? Then they're stripped of the right.
So they're put in.
Does Caitlyn Bennett not realize that she's getting like brutally destroyed in these videos, so she ends up uploading them? Why would you upload this? You had editorial control over this entire process. So why did you decide to post this video? Look at the likes. There's no way people watch this. This is like unironic leftists liking the video. There's no way. I refuse to believe that this video, like, people came out of this video thinking like, you know, Booboo Bennett won the argument. So no one's gonna talk about how she doesn't believe we live in a racist society. Girl, you look stupid. They killed it. This girl seriously thinks the justice system isn't racist. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. She's like, yeah, no, she's like the reverse Crowder, where like Crowder only uploads videos where he is like overwhelming young college freshmen. She only uploads videos where young college freshmen own her.
In jail because they don't have a legal defense.
Yeah,
You have the right to an attorney.
You have the right to a paralegal. It's different. A private attorney has way more political power, way more social capital than a paralegal does.
It's really disappointing. You guys,
defender system isn't
you guys
funded
think so
because-
lowly of black people in this country that you think that they inherently do not have these resources. Why do you think black people?
Yes. A descriptive claim about African American poverty in this country caused by systemic racism or our violently racist criminal justice system that has held African Americans back, or systemic racism in the form of Jim Crow laws in the South and even Jim Crow in the North, or redlining and things like that, are actually saying that black people are just unable to make money on their own. Very cool. Do you think this counts as sex work for her? They're getting paid to have people watch commies gangbang you? Seems like it would be. True, dude. Yeah, this is a commie bukkake, dude. Messed up.
Why are they so below you?
Enslaved for 400 years. Dude, have you read a book?
So they're inherently below you. You guys act like they can't do anything on their
We don't
own.
say they're inherently
You want to
below.
talk
We're saying
about,
the structure,
guys, you
the
guys want to
system
talk
puts
about
them
a
below us.
prejudiced system and a prejudiced society. The only people I see putting black people down below them is you guys, white liberals, white communists,
liberal.
that sit there and say, what are you?
I'm like a democratic socialist.
Based, dude. This is so awesome. She said, I'm not a liberal. Oh, this is so good. You're too far into leftist thought. They're not great communicators. I think they did a great job. If you come out of this conversation thinking that Caitlyn Bennett had any significant rebuttals at all, you have to have your biases be doing most of the work for you.
So you guys are the ones saying black people, based on their skin color, can't do X, Y, and Z.
No.
Yes,
we're
you
saying
are.
The system did that to them. We're not saying they're inherently.
And then there's
like-
that communist collective ideology. Yes, resist. What are you resisting?
I'm resisting you, bitch.
Wow, very progressive and brave.
Like, I don't understand what you're like. Can you just tell me what you're trying to accomplish? Because I want an open dialogue with you, but you're not giving me.
You just
any
called me a.
substance.
Do you really want an open dialogue
Yes,
when you're
I
calling
want-
me names?
Because I want you to give me.
Oh, that's when you know. That's when you know a Republican has been promptly owned. That's when you know. And she's like, "Huh, you're calling me names. This is identical. This is identical to Steven Crowder getting absolutely brutally mocked by Yusuf, the Nazball kid." They're also the fact that she's using farts as a way to censor sounds in her video is additionally hilarious, considering her most famous thing that she's ever done was the diaper incident for Turning Point USA. And also, on top of that, she shit her pants. So that's pretty funny. She pooped herself in college.
Apologize.
Piece of evidence. I'm sorry for calling you a bitch.
All right, thank you.
Fans at Kent State too.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you were there sucking. So actually, just for the camera, this guy was at a party at Kent State. I don't know what you were doing there, but he was giving out free jobs. Wanted nothing in return.
Yeah.
I guess I was.
Why were you giving out free jobs?
Communism.
Yeah.
Give it to
you know,
everyone.
collective spirit. Yeah. Share the wealth.
Redistribute the wealth. The wealth is his penis.
You guys think you're acting funny, but I encourage you to look at this video after we put that in there. This is gonna be great.
Wait, so she just wait. First of all, way to own it, my guy. Just way to just roll with it. That was, I'm sorry, that was boss as okay? That was absolutely just, he was like, yeah, whatever, I was sucking dick for communism, baby. That is, holy shit, dude. What an absolute legend. He just let that roll right off of him. He was just like, ah, whatever, dude. Yeah, more dick than you, bitch. Ain't nobody throwing dick your way. Shut the up. Like, literally, that is awesome, dude. That was, oh, what an excellent way to just let that roll off of you. That's really good. Literally being homophobic, making a joke is assumed sexuality, and gets upset they called her a bitch. Yeah, exactly. Keep playing the fart noises, dude, on your videos where you shit yourself.
What do you think about starting an initiative on campus here?
College students have no morals? What are these videos? Oh, yeah, this is the famous meme, right? This is that. I remember seeing, like, the Twitter clip of this. It was pretty good.
UK to be more inclusive to women who have penises, and we can put urinals in the women's restroom for them.
Sounds fantastic.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. What about, let's take it one step closer.
My man said fantastic. Yo, why is she posting these, dude? This is so good.
More for inclusivity here on campus, and put free tampons and pads in the men's restroom for men who have periods.
Sounds great.
You don't see anything wrong with those statements?
No.
What men do you know
like
with periods?
General use ones like in Willie T have pads. I use them pretty often. So.
What do you think about putting urinals in the women's restroom for women who have penises?
That's fine. If it makes them feel comfortable, I don't mind. Like I don't really care about it.
Are you willing to accept that some women do have penises?
Yeah.
Owned. What?
We're here today at the University
Dude, this is how you deal with, wow, it's literally the cheat code is just to be like, yeah, some people are trans, some people are gay, who cares? Shut up. What? Wow, this is, oof. I was out here malding for no reason when I talked to transphobes and like getting angry when I should just be like, yeah, why do you care? Cringe intro.
Inclusive towards trans people by putting urinals in the women's restroom?
I mean, they got to do what they got to do, so I mean, it's not.
Because not all women have vaginas. Some of them have penises, right?
I mean, I don't know. I just mind my own business. I'm not that big into it. All right.
What do you think? Should we put tampons in the men's restroom?
It would not bother me because, again, we do not pick who we become and who we are, so it's up to them.
Because men do have periods too, right?
Well, genetically, no. Biologically, no, but that middle area, because it is a spectrum.
What's a spectrum?
You know, when you're born, you have an X and a Y chromosome. You can be in the middle, all this.
Yo, what is going on? What happened in college, dude? Being on the internet is like made me think that like most normies are just insanely transphobic. Meanwhile, like on college campuses, they're literally turning people gay, and cultural Marxism is teaching people about trans identity. This is postmodern Marxism. This is postmodern neo-Marxism in action. Wow, this is awesome, dude.
You either have XX or XY.
No.
Not true. It's factually incorrect.
It's kind of in the middle. It's just,
No, literally, you either have XX or XY.
okay, I'm just going to.
What's your major?
Psychology.
And you don't know about chromosomes and male and female?
I do know about chromosomes and male and female. I'm just on my way somewhere instead of somebody.
All right, we'll put tampons in your bathroom. Should we put urinals in the women's restrooms here on campus to be more inclusive to women who stand up when they pee because they have penises?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
No. Here's why. Nobody likes urinals. Men don't like urinals in men's restrooms. Okay? No. Urinals suck. It's just uncomfortable. Anyone who's saying they love urinals, you're wrong. Okay? You're wrong. And no, I don't even sit down when I pee. But you're wrong. They're disgusting. Pee splashes everywhere. None of them are my height. I hate it. I hate it all the way.
Hello. Would you like to have tampons in the men's restroom?
I don't see an issue with it. If it's
Me neither.
necessary.
Yeah, it's necessary. Yes. Yes. Should we put urinals in the women's restrooms here on campus to be more inclusive to women who have penises? You know, they stand up when they pee.
I mean, if there's the money in the budget for it, sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, what if there was
I never would have thought this guy would give that take. Oh, I'm wrong. I was wrong. I was expecting him to be a total chud. Turns out he's a total chad. My bad. Definitely a business major. You're right.
money to put free tampons and pads in men's restrooms for men who have periods?
If there's budget, I don't see a problem.
Do you see a problem with me asking you about men having periods?
No, I mean, it's a college campus. There's a lot of ideas to share. I mean,
What is a period?
what?
What's a period?
Biological function?
Of
What do you... I'm confused. What do you mean?
who has periods?
People with the
People?
organs to do that.
Who has organs to do that?
Okay, it's a good
You're
question.
uncomfortable.
It's a good question, yes.
Dude, just say people with vaginas, dude. Oh, he thinks she's trans now? Wait, you think she's asking, you think he's uncomfortable because he doesn't want to say the wrong thing because she might be trans? Is that what you think is going on? Where he's like, I don't know, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, ma'am. Please don't.
What if I gave you an option between men and women? Who has the organs to have a period?
That's a very good question. Yes.
If you were to walk into the women's restroom and you saw a woman with a penis there using a urinal, would you be concerned or would you accept it and be inclusive? What would you do?
It's none of my business.
It's none of your business that a man is in the women's restroom.
If they're in the women's restroom, then they identify as a woman.
Owned! And then the walk away? What? This video is sick, dude. Why did she do this? Wait, this is better material than John Quinones, dude. This is making me actually happy. 0% win rate. Why is she just the L queen, dude? This is the 2020 version of the L word. She just keeps taking L's over and over again. This is so good. I want to donate to her Patreon. Guys, this is the ancient art of Buffon. This is the reverse Sacha Baron Cohen. She is incredible. This is subversive. This is real art. You simpletons do not understand what is happening here.
You got some spiffy shoes on. Yeah. I really like them.
Thank you.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
It's real easy. It's not hard or anything. Do you think we should pass an initiative here on campus to put tampons and pads in men's restrooms for men who have periods?
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I mean, men having periods and men having a period. So, I say yes. I say men go through hardships. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if they're having a period. That sounds pretty hard.
Dudes
on them,
rock.
right?
I mean,
Dudes rock 2020. Okay?
I mean, I've never had one, but I mean, I'm sure there's a couple out there, you know, have a little cramp, a little stomach ache, you know, something like that, you know?
You know it's more than that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's just like,
What is a period?
it was like the, like scientifically. Okay, well, like in the most basic terms, dead eggs, and then they excrete from the, well, in a man's case, from the penis.
Do men have eggs?
I'm gonna have to.
I guess to shed that uterine lining, right?
It's 2019.
Or it's 2019. Genetics can change.
Everything can happen. Everything can change.
Penises turn into vaginas.
Yes. I mean, come on now. I mean,
What do you think about putting tampons and pads in the men's restroom here on campus for men who have periods?
Yeah, absolutely. That's essential. Yeah, there's more than people think.
What, men having periods?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By God. Did you tell them to seek medical help if men are having periods?
Well, trans men have periods.
Oh.
Posture changed. Posture changed. It's about to go down.
Okay, explain that one to me.
Yeah, so people who have transitioned from female to male, you know, obviously, you know, they might still have periods, and you know, if they identify as male, you know, they have the right to go into the men's room.
We should
True.
put tampons in men's restrooms
Okay.
for men who have periods.
Men who have periods? What? Talking about like transgender people?
What do you think about putting urinals in the women's restroom for women who have penises?
That's fine. If it makes them feel comfortable, I don't mind. Like I don't really care about it.
Are you willing to accept that some women do have penises?
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for like I just want people to feel comfortable. Like, if they want to use the women's restroom, I have no problem with it.
You know, regular cis men, you know, don't necessarily have to have a urinal, per se. It could be nice.
You said regular cis men. Wouldn't that just be a regular man?
It would be a regular cis man.
What's the difference?
Cis just means that you identify as the gender that you were born as.
How should I approach people if I don't know what they are?
Someone said this dude is DSA as true. Half the people I feel like she's talking to are DSA as This dude spent the better part of his day typing snake emojis under Liz Warren's tweets from 2018.
Cis men don't have periods.
Cis men don't have periods, but some men do.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for the lesson. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good one.
You want to jump in?
Wow.
You guys can do-
Absolutely dumpstered. When you do this after a conversation where you've been educated about gender pronouns or how like some people can be cisgender, when you do this, that's when you've defeated them in the marketplace of ideas. Wow, this is good, dude. This is really good. I genuinely thought that at least like she would know the common, like she's so lazy that she doesn't even know what the common retorts are. Like she doesn't even know any of the conservative takes.
You want to jump in? You guys can do it together.
I just know that if I don't say profanities, this probably won't get played, but Kentucky does not stand for sexism, Islamophobia, things like that.
Yeah, Kentucky doesn't. Who's standing for that type of stuff?
I know the people surrounding me at the University of Kentucky, and I know that this.
Do these people? She said the people at the University of Kentucky are.
Yo, she is the worst, dude. I see why even the conservatives hate her.
Are any of you guys?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you probably won't play this because we're standing up to things like that, and that's not what Kentucky's all about.
Well, you were wrong, okay? Let me tell you, lady, you were wrong. She's that dumb, okay? She's so dumb that she will play all of the times that she got brutally mogged, owned, refuted, dumpstered and dumpstered.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Should we put tampons and pads in the men's restroom to be more inclusive to men who have periods?
I mean, sure. Why not? Wouldn't hurt anything.
I don't know. I mean, Jesus.
Think about it. I'm going to ask you a different question. Should we put urinals in the women's restroom to be more inclusive to women who have penises?
I mean, if it doesn't hurt anybody, I don't see what the problem of having it is.
What do you think about putting urinals in women's restrooms for women who have penises and they just want to stand and pee?
I think people just making too big of a deal about it. I don't really care.
Naughty words. Okay, so we should or shouldn't?
I mean, I don't really care.
Okay. What about tampons and pads in men's restroom for men who have periods?
If you're really getting that worked up about it, why does it matter? Like, I don't care. It's just sitting there. I'm not going to take it.
Okay, so we should provide men with tampons.
I mean, if a dude wants a tampon for some reason, he can have a tampon. That's not my business.
What would he use it for?
I don't know. That's his problem.
What would he use a pad for?
His problem.
Do you think they should seek medical advice if they're having bleeding?
He's actually, this difference between a real libertarian and one who is confused about the concept of libertarianism. We don't know if this guy is like pro-trans rights or not, but it doesn't matter. He's like, yeah, I don't care. Who cares?
They want to. I don't really care. Why should I care?
I don't know. I care about people. If they're bleeding out of their penis, I would want to...
I care about people's personal rights. They can do whatever they want. It's none of my business.
You would want them to have a pad? Yeah, I also genuinely don't care. I don't understand why anyone would ever get worked up if they saw... If you see tampons in the men's room and you get worked up about it, you're a moron, okay? Why? Like, who cares?
What would you do if you walked into a restroom here on campus and there was a basket of free tampons for men?
I just stare at it and be like, what the hell?
You wouldn't be like, oh yeah, some men have periods.
No.
Are you telling me you don't think men have periods?
Yeah.
Because it's my understanding that men don't.
She's so happy. She's like, I finally found one who's not even aware of the implication of the cis heteronormative statement that they're making. I found one.
Have vaginas.
Yeah.
Some men do. I mean, Bernie Sanders, I'm pretty sure he has one.
Wait, wait, dude, there's no way. The editors are like communists, I think. I think her editors are like actually unironically leftist. They're making fun of the guy for agreeing with Caitlyn. Does she not understand what's going on? She's not that stupid. She's not that stupid, right? She can't be that stupid.
What's in your laptop case?
Laptop?
Your laptop. Are you sure that's not what I heard? I have an important question for you.
Wait, what?
What do you think about putting urinals in the women's restroom for women who have penises?
I don't care about that.
Cut it. What do you think about starting an initiative on campus here at UK to be more inclusive to women who have penises, and we can put urinals in the women's?
Yeah, I didn't really get that part. When she said, I'm pretty sure Bernie Sanders has a vagina. Like, does she think it's bad to have a vagina? Like, did she own Bernie by claiming that he has a vagina? Wait, does she not have a vagina? Is she a trans woman? A misogynistic trans woman? Is this the plot twist?
Restroom for them.
Sounds fantastic.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. What about, let's take it one step close, more for inclusivity here on campus, and put free tampons and pads in the men's restroom for men who have periods.
Sounds great. Ones like in Willie T have pads. I use them pretty often. So.
I use them pretty often. So.
Should we put tampons and pads in the men's restroom? What if we took it one step further and put urinals in women's restrooms for women who have penises?
That wouldn't have any effect on me. I would have no issue with that. I don't get how anybody can have a problem with that.
While they're eating Chick-fil-A. Bro, this is tight, dude. This is actually pretty tight. This is really cool to see. I unironically love this. This is so cool.
You think girls on this campus would have a problem walking in and there's a dick hanging out?
Some of them would, but I mean...
Should we just say, it's too bad, we gotta be inclusive? Like, if girls are upset about it, should we say, we gotta be diverse and inclusive?
Listen, who would do this? Like, you gotta just think it through. Who would do this? Like, who would be like, look at me with my girl penis. I'm out here whirling it around. Like, is that what she thinks like guys do in the men's room? We're just whirling it around. Just guy things. We're just sword fighting in there. The bathroom is a sacred area where we all engage in filth. Okay, it's supposed to be closed off and private. Everything I do in there, I don't want anyone else to know. I'm pooping, I'm peeing, nasty things. I'm ashamed of it while I do it. Okay? So I don't understand why she thinks that trans women are just going to be running around with their dicks out, flopping them around like, look at my femme penis. Look at it. Look at my femme penis right now. She doesn't use bathrooms. Oh, true. She never used the bathroom. She shits herself. That's why she doesn't know.
Hi, sir. Would you like tampons in your bathroom?
If it's about everyone uses shit.
What?
Why? Why are you asking?
I don't know. I'm trying to pull here. Maybe we can be tampons in men's restrooms.
Oh, you're trying to go make it trans? Are you trying to are you talking about against trans?
No, I'm asking if you think that we should have tampons for men who have periods.
No comment. I'm not.
Why not?
I'm good.
Why not?
I'm good. I don't have to give my opinion.
You get a good picture of me?
You want a better one?
Yeah, go ahead. He said he likes answering questions. I have two very progressive questions for you. Are you a progressive?
I'm a big conservative.
Ooh. Should we put urinals in women's restrooms here on campus to make women with penises feel more comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to make everyone feel included.
I thought you said you were a huge conservative.
I am.
We're dripping. Dripping?
It's worth it though. Don't
Okay,
worry.
They cut it. Cut the interview. Cut the interview. Abort. I am. Oh no, this doesn't fit the narrative. Why did they include that? Why did they include that in the editing? Why didn't they just take that out? I will never know the answers to the mankind's greatest questions as to why Caitlyn Bennett does what she does. What an incredible situation.
I'll just have to plead the fifth. And
What makes you so scared to say your opinion?
I mean, it's just the campus that we're on is very liberal, and I don't really consider myself a liberal, and I get in trouble pretty easy.
Yes. Feel the fear. Feel the fear. Enjoy the social cohesion that has been forcibly indoctrinated into these college campuses by postmodern neo-Marxists. Let's go. Feel that fear inside of you, you chud. Hide all of your reactionary tendencies in order not to get abused on college campus. Excellent. Excellent. This is good. This is exactly what we want. This is the future liberals want. Yes. Yes. Oh, so good. So good. We're going to do this now. I hope they do one with Sharia next.
People with penises there. Oh, like a unisex bathroom? Yeah, I don't mind those. Not necessarily, because everyone there identifies as a woman. But some of them have penises. How do I know they have penises? What? Like, it's a normal bathroom with stalls, right? Yeah, it's a normal bathroom. So, like, how do I know if someone who looks like a woman and identifies as a woman and is peeing in the stall next to me has a penis? Like, how, in this hypothetical situation, how would I even know? Even if I cared, how would I know? You wouldn't know, and that's what's scary about it. Why is that scary, though? Because there could be a penis nearby. Right. And I don't know.
Yeah. Remember those, like, listen, remember the meme of, like, the man-hating feminazi or whatever, who they just, like, hate penises or whatever, like the Womixin crowd, like the Womian crowd. Usually they're very turfy, who pooped their pants.
He was the devil.
Yeah.
He was the devil.
And it's showing when he says things like this.
Yeah.
So the devil would say things like this.
Exactly.
Would you ever expect our current administration, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, to use this type of language when talking about people wanting to come into our country?
I love the premise of this video because, like, I unfortunately agree with it. And I have criticized Kamala Harris for her don't come here and her, like, anti-immigrant sentiment and attitudes, okay? I've literally done this. So the premise of this video, I unfortunately agree with.
They're classy people.
Yeah, they got more class than that. Nah.
So they wouldn't do that.
So I want you to read this headline from Politico.
Harris' blunt message in Guatemala, do not come to the U.S. Oh, she said that?
Everything I just said was not Donald Trump. It was Kamala Harris.
Yeah, the point is that liberals are just as reactionary as Republicans are, and that a lot of people are completely tapped out of politics, and that's why liberals can get away with how reactionary they can be at times when people are not paying attention. From Booboo Bennett's point of view, she likes it, right? Like, she likes that Kamala said this, right? How many videos have Booboo Bennett made, and how many videos have conservatives made about Kamala Harris being a Trojan horse for socialism in this country? Doesn't this completely showcase that and demonstrate that that was a lie? She is just as conservative as people like myself said she was going to be? Or is Booboo Bennett saying that, like, she liked it when Donald Trump said this sort of stuff, but not when Kamala Harris says it? This is the concept that I fail to recognize. Like, she's posting this while simultaneously maintaining the position that, like, you know, Kamala Harris is bad. So what is it? Is Kamala Harris good?
Oh, my God.
Show me the facts.
I'm sorry, Donald Trump.
Read that headline to me.
I don't like him either, but I apologize, sir.
No, Donald Trump said that too, so you don't have to apologize to him.
Please roll the video. Roll it.
I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come. I love that video. And Kamala Harris is like, do not come.
Do not come.
And then Donald Trump's like, I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna come.
What's wrong? Oh, you don't like me?
Even the fucking birds are like, get the fuck out of here. You smell like shit. We don't want to be around you, dude.
No, would you expect that to be said by any of our current administration, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris?
No.
Why do you think they wouldn't say something like that?
Because they have a brain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. What if I told you these are quotes from Kamala Harris from yesterday?
Nice. What?
Let me see. Would you ever expect our current administration, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, all those, would you expect them to have a message like this at all?
No. I mean, it shouldn't be that, like, violent and don't come, you know what I mean? I mean, if you...
I mean, this is great. Like, to all the liberals who are, you know, finally realizing that, like, Kamala Harris is, you know, just as conservative. Obviously not as conservative, but, like, pretty similar in their white nativist approach to immigration. Wouldn't this just make them more leftist? Like, isn't that what... I feel like Booboo Bennett is once again doing, you know, the Lord's work over here on Marx, dude. I'm so confused by this. Great. I'm on board. Thank you.
I feel like everything he's saying is like a direct threat, kind of. And I'm just like, so what does that entail? Turning us away? Are you really just going to turn people away, or?
Like, I want her to just ask them follow-up questions. You know what I mean? I don't want them to just be like, okay, what do you think is Kamala Harris? Like, how do you feel now? I need to know if these people are like, okay, well, I guess it's all right when Kamala Harris says it. Because I don't think they're going to say that. I think they'd probably be like, oh, it's still not good. I mean, I doubt it, though. To be honest, like, I feel like, you know, not a lot of liberals are going to have like these strongly held convictions on immigration policy. So I need to know. I wish there was like a follow-up.
Yeah, would you expect the Biden administration to say this type of stuff?
Absolutely not. No.
The U.S. will continue to enforce our laws and secure our border. He said that yesterday in Guatemala.
He's stupid.
What?
He's stupid.
He's stupid?
You're not the president.
What do you think? What's your reaction?
Let them all in.
Let them all in.
Let them in. Sure. Bring them in. Bring them to the beach in Florida. Let's get f***ed up. Yeah. Woo!
Don't come to the beaches in Florida. We don't want you here.
If there's a person that we don't want at the beaches of Florida, it's you fucking diaper pooping idiot. What is this? Everybody loves having fucking Booboo Bennett roll up to them and do this kind of interview.
Harris blunt message in Guatemala: do not come to U.S.
Does that surprise you?
I'm really not political, but that seems very yikes.
Oh, okay. There you go. Thank you for doing the Lord's motherfucking work, dumbass. I based leftist agitprop, literally just like pushing random beachgoers further to the left and making them recognize that like the American American institutional power is still ideologically very much center right. Great. Like, unless she literally thinks that like what Kamala said is bad, this is not doing the job that she thinks she's doing here. I'm so confused. Like, why is she doing like leftist psyop? She's doing work for the left here.
Can we go eat now? I'm really hungry.
You know,
what? Oh my god, this dude is so fucking juiced up. He can't even speak. He's like,
Can we go eat now? I'm really hungry.
what the fuck did he just say?
You know,
was that a slur? I can't even tell. When this guy does hate speech, you can't even get mad because you don't understand what he's saying.
You're happy he's out because now we don't have someone who thinks like this.
Right, exactly. Because Donald Trump, he was the devil.
Yeah.
He was the devil.
And it's showing when he says things like this.
Yeah.
So the devil would say things like this.
Exactly. Devil don't care about nobody but themselves.
Hell yeah, dude. This is awesome. I mean, I love this. What the fuck?
To go to Guatemala and talk like this to people there.
No,
No.
I don't.
Do you think that would be something that we would expect from the Biden administration?
No, I wouldn't expect that.
All this shows to me is that the media has done such a great job of just like not really covering the news, not really being interesting enough, not really making a big fucking stink about like all of these sorts of takes from the administration that resemble what the Trump administration did in the past. You know what I mean? Like, that's all that this is showing me. Like, these people's convictions are not different. They are just unaware. I don't have a problem with that at all. I love this, dude. I love that they're like fucking seeing this and still saying like, I care. I don't like what Kamala Harris did here. Can you explain why what Kamala said is bad? Kamala Harris went to Guatemala and said, don't come here. Absolutely the exact same attitude that Donald Trump has had. That's exactly what it is. On a trip where she's supposed to be addressing like the material inequalities, the destabilization in the region, and like and addressing the reasons why people are coming to begin with to the United States. Like, her focusing on the immigration policy from the point of view of like, just don't come here, don't make the trek. It's really hard for you and you'll die, and also we won't let you in. I mean, that's terrible. Turning away people who are coming here because they want to make a better life for themselves because they're desperate. Like turning away refugees and asylum seekers is not good.
These quotes actually came from Kamala Harris, part of the Biden administration yesterday. And I see your eyebrows are kind of going up.
I'm appalled.
I'll be checking her on Twitter. Don't worry about it.
The only thing this video is saying that is the Democratic Party is far right compared to what the uninformed voter thinks. How is this not the only thing you can take from it? I'm from Iceland. I don't get it. Yeah, that is the only. That is literally the only takeaway from this video. It's the smart takeaway from this video.
Well, I have bad news. These aren't Donald Trump quotes.
What?
These are quotes from Kamala Harris yesterday in Guatemala.
Holy crap. Isn't she supposed to be like for the people and like that?
Look at that. Look, these people are recognizing that Kamala Harris is more right-wing than they previously thought.
Like, she's on Twitch, she gets it.
Oh my God, this person is a chatter.
We
100%.
tried to tell you.
This person is literally in my chat right now.
Guys, it's also the first time that I'm hearing about it. So like, okay.
That's actually a lie. She was in. No, this person was 100% in my chat during the election and has never been back. This is like one of the many people that was in here at some point. And like, you know, Joe Biden became president. They're like, all right, I'm done with fucking the politics thing.
Oh, I love what she's saying. I think it's hypocritical that she accused Donald Trump of being a racist when he said it. These are absolutely things that should be happening for our country. Put the border wall up, all that good stuff. Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton actually voted to fund the border wall decades ago.
So why the fuck are you complaining then, you asshole? Shouldn't you be loving Joe Biden then, you dumb fuck? These are questions I want to ask Booboo Bennett. It's like, okay, so you're like a fan then. Why don't you do a channel where you love Joe Biden and Kamala Harris then, you fucking stan? Stop pooping in your diapers too.
Do you think she has any actual policies that she stands for? Or do you think she'll flip-flop no matter what?
She's gonna flip-flop no matter what.
Yeah.
The entire gotcha literally revolves around like still acknowledging that this is like a reactionary talking point. So I don't even understand how this is a fucking gotcha, especially when people are like, oh, actually, Kamala said that? Well, that's kind of fucked up. Like, you know, it's not like fucking... What's the expectation here? Like, is the expectation that they're supposed to be like, well, I'm a Trump supporter now? Like, what?
Do you feel that Kamala Harris is the devil like you said Trump was for these quotes?
Yeah, for saying stuff. Anybody that against other people, they're evil.
Let's go.
They need God in their life.
Let's fucking go, dude. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah, dude.
Prayer.
Not a single one of these people that she pulled up has been like, no, I like that now. This literally proves everything I say. I mean, this video doesn't prove shit. It's not fucking empirical evidence at all. But like, there is plenty of empirical evidence that actually shows that people are technically significantly more progressive than they let on. And their voting patterns do not actually demonstrate a single goddamn thing about what their actual like ideological worldview might be. 80% of Americans vote on party lines. Only 20% vote on ideological grounds. That's one. And two, there are constantly things like in Florida where $15 minimum wage gets passed by a larger number of people than either a representative, like than Joe Biden or Donald Trump, even though Donald Trump won the state of Florida. People are significantly more progressive than the way that they vote. And that's because the way that they vote is significantly limited. And this video is just evidence for that reality that like, even in fucking Florida, there are plenty of people who are actually very open-minded when it comes to immigration.
Donald Trump then, if Kamala Harris is saying the same stuff?
No, they're all bad, man. But he was funny, I will say that, but that's about it, though.
How many times have we watched like Trump supporters literally have this exact same video, but on the opposite, and they're like, well, it's okay when Trump says it. That's another like funny take here, which is that Trump supporters don't even fucking react with this kind of attitude for the most part. Just shows how completely brainwashed they are. I love their excuses when they're told the truth. What excuses? They literally go, it's bad. There wasn't a single excuse in the video. Did they even watch the video? LMAO, we tried to tell you she's a liar, she's a police officer, she's a prosecutor, how to turn tables to fit your agenda. They didn't show a single person that came up with an excuse. What the f?
If you have any...
Booboo Bennett met up with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh my God, two of my queens. This is too good to not look at. Holy shit.
Advice to Christians, conservatives, Trump supporters to speak up, what would you say to them?
I would say that we are possibly living in the last days of having free speech. And if anyone values that, and if you're a Christian who has been saved by my Savior, their Savior, your Savior, Jesus Christ, if you believe in God, you better stop being complacent and you better stop being quiet. We are given this grace, and we're not meant to keep it covered. We're not meant to keep a lid on our light. We're meant to expose it to the world, and we are supposed to be brave.
You're awesome. You're a fighter. You're so strong. A lot of people like to say you're my mom, so that's okay with me.
I'll take that. You're a very good, solid,
Two womanlets.
conservative, gun-loving, Second Amendment supporting young lady. So that's
You heard it here. Marjorie is my mom. So, okay. Ever since you won your election back in Georgia, the media has just loved to attack you, and it seems as if because they don't have Trump to go after, you are their new target. How do you handle it so well?
Well, the way I handle it is I didn't run for the media. I ran for the people. And my saying during my campaign, and I continue to say it, is people over politicians. As a matter of fact, that's so important to me. We have that on my...
Being a salt of the earth, real layman loving politician for conservatives is like, how many psychopathic, racist, anti-Semitic conspiracies can you fit into one speech? Because like this person's background is not layman. She's like a real estate developer, a CrossFit mom who cheated on her husband. Like her real life bona fides do not imply that she is like a regular old, salt of the earth, everyday average Joe or Jane, I guess. Literally American Taliban's. Oh, of course.
My wall in my office in Washington, D.C., and I can't wait for Nancy Pelosi to stop running our Capitol like it's some kind of military state. When we get that border wall taken down, I can't wait for the taxpayers and my constituents to come in and see me in my office so they can see how much they mean to me. But the media, we know exactly who they are. We saw it with President Trump over the past 4 years. Most of the mainstream media is Democrats. They support Democrats. They want these progressive policies in place, and they use their powerful platform to push these policies. And so...
Wow. You know what? I've tuned it out. I can't even... Oh, God. She's not saying anything fun or interesting or new right now. I need to just spice it up. I couldn't even pay attention to her,
When someone who's conservative like me, and I truly love America, and my policies are America first, just like President Trump, and I support him completely, and I can't wait for him to speak tomorrow, they want to tear me down and smear me and create a narrative that they can sell to the public. And how I handle it is that's not who I am, and all of my family and friends are constantly appalled at their attacks, and so are my constituents. And so here's the great news. You don't worry about bullies. You don't let them bully you, and you don't worry about their lies, and you keep putting...
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the anti-bully candidate who recently very famously plastered there's only two genders, man and woman, on the Congress halls next to a representative who has a trans child. That's... I hate bullying. Great. Also, she hates bullying. That's why she harassed a victim of a school shooting who became a political activist, David Hogg. That's just stuff that you do when you're not a bully. Or shoot up fucking cans of Tenorite with the sign socialism in front of it.
One foot in front of the other and doing the right thing, because it's not about the media in this country. It's about the people.
My story is kind of similar to yours, because right now I get chased out of college campuses. They don't want me in these public spaces. They chased you.
Dude, I love that. I love that conservatism is basically creating opportunities for you to be permanently owned over and over again by people who abhor you because of the reprehensible behavior that you demonstrate, and then turning it into your political ideology that like everyone hates you and somehow we should fix the system. It's great. Why does everyone hate that I am uncontrollably pissing, shitting, and farting every time I'm around other human beings? Why does everyone keep saying, please stop pissing, shitting, and farting on me every time I try to do that around them? Please, we need to game the system so that I can piss, shit, and fart directly on top of people without them getting upset at me.
And voted you out of your committee. And I know in your press statements you say, well, now I have more time to focus on the people back in Georgia. Are you still of that mindset? Are you regretting that you aren't on that committee at all? Are you still happy with who you are and where you're going?
Oh, listen, that was a great big gift from the Democrats and 11 of my very weak Republican colleagues. It was 10 that voted for impeachment on Trump. It was 11 that voted to kick me off, and most of those people have been censured in their own districts and states. So I think they're hearing from people exactly the message they need to hear. No, being removed from committees right now was the best thing that could have happened to me, because the Democrats are running Congress. They do not care about the Republicans' voices, Republicans' ideas, Republican amendments, Republican policies on these committees. And so by removing me from committees, I have been freed up of having to listen to their woke...
Again, yet another demonstration of the I'm not owned. I'm not owned. These L's that I've been served are actually not a bad thing and a good thing instead. Now I have so much free time to do what exactly? Like, I have lost the modicum of power that the rest of the Republican caucus afforded me for some weird reason. I do not know why, by the way. I guess maybe because they're fucking insane. But now I just have all this free time so I can, shit post on Twitter. It's great.
Progressive, ridiculous, socialist Democrat ideas for hours on Zoom meetings where they actually sit and wear a mask on the Zoom meeting. So I'm freed up to go be back at home, serving my constituents, having town halls, talking with people at home and hearing their ideas. And then I'm also running things on the House floor, which has been a lot of fun, calling to adjourn and trying to give Democrats some more time before they vote for horrible things like the Equality Act. So there's a lot of things.
Mask on a Zoom meeting is silly, not gonna lie. Why would you ever take anything she just said seriously? Like, why would you ever believe anything she said? She followed that up with, it's given me more time to not listen to socialist Democrat policies. Like, she's probably lying.
That I can do, and I'm so excited to have great relationships with many of my Republican colleagues because they go and support my ideas on committees. So I say I'm...
Yeah, my ideas, like the Inequality Act, which is an act that I'm going to put forward, separate but equal, I think is a good policy. I don't know why we can't go back to it, They're calling it segregation. I call it I see no color, except for the legislation that I'm writing, which will separate black people from whites again, because equality is bad.
A chairwoman of the Committee of the Whole, and I'm having a great time.
Well, that brings me to my next question. The establishment GOP, they hate you. They hate you. Why are they so threatened by your existence?
Well, the establishment, we can say the swamp, right? So it's the political pundits, it's the Beltway, it's the consultants that deem themselves so much more intelligent and wise, and they know better than the people, right? Well, their problem is they've been living in a little bubble, a political bubble, where they've only been looking at themselves and talking to each other. They are so clueless about what real people think, what real people want, and how real people feel. They have to constantly poll to find out what people really think, but they're so disconnected, and these are the ones that are ruining the Republican Party. These are the same people that under the first 2 years under President Trump failed America. They failed our president, and they failed the people that voted for him and voted for Republicans. And that's why Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats won in 2018. And so, what I have to say to those establishment Republicans is, you're not representing the people that are voting Republican, and they're losing their people's support. And so that's why they're getting censured. That's why everybody hates Adam Kinzinger. That's why everybody's fed up with Liz Cheney, and nobody cares about those type of Republicans. It's old.
I mean, fuck those Republicans, okay? They suck. The reality is they are the same as Marjorie Taylor Greene. They are still Republicans. They're still bad across the board. Most Democrats are too, let's be real. But the hilarity is like, the American people are fed up with the Liz Cheney-styled Republicans, which is why they want me, a Republican who is going to spend her time trying to unsuccessfully impeach Joseph Robinette Biden for being a agent of the Chinese Communist Party. And she is kind of right. That is what the Republican hogs, that are many, by the way, the actual Republican voter base wants people like her. And that's the best kind of action that they can take. Because the actual Republican base doesn't really care all that much about whether the $15 minimum wage is going to impact them in a positive or negative way. As a matter of fact, some of them recognize that it could impact them in a positive way.
We're done with them. It's like, let's move on. So it's President Trump's party and America first.
Absolutely. One of the things that you wear on your mask when you do have to wear one is...
I've got this one today. This is my impeach Biden.
Bro, she loves dressing up, dude. Every mask that she has. The funny thing is, like, everyone hates AOC, right? Like, all of the Republicans hate AOC, but like they all secretly are like, I wish I could have my AOC moment. You know, I'm going to do this thing where I just wear like different kind of masks. I love accessorizing. So I'm going to do this different kind of thing where I wear all these like crazy masks that says I'm censored and whatever. We'll trigger the libtards, you know, and eventually I'll get, you know, a Fox News slot and all the love and affection from the rest of the National Republican Party.
But you were one that says...
She's dead ass. Oh my God. She dead ass looks like a Titan. Straight up. She does. She literally looks like a fucking Titan. Oh my God. Proof for those of you who aren't pathetic weebs. I think it's the dead eyes. What is this? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that's yikes.
But you were one that says end abortion.
Yes.
What does ending abortion specifically, ending abortion, mean to you? Where do we go with it?
We completely end abortion. It's the worst evil committed in our day. You know, Roe versus...
Yeah, it's the worst evil committed in our day is abortion. Dude, there's no way she believes this. I'm sorry. You need to get hit in the head too many times to actually genuinely believe this. And the number of hits that it would take for you to actually genuinely believe this means you're already dead. You're a vegetable, okay? There's no fucking way. The amount of times that you need to be concussed in order to legitimately defend this position as it's your genuine opinion implies that you have died already. Okay, there's no way. Or just be super sheltered. No. No super sheltered person. Like, people think abortion is murder, right? But to say that it's the greatest evil committed in our day, to hold that as a genuine position, there's no way. I don't believe that.
Wade happened in 1973. I was born in 1974. So my entire life, your entire life.
Also, she's a QAnon supporter. So what I don't understand is, like, if you're QAnon, but you believe the abortion is the greatest evil committed, then are you saying that, like, a deep state pedophile ring executed by the Democratic Party and also the intelligence community and every single Republican that's a fake rhino Republican that hates Donald Trump, literally trafficking children and fucking them by utilizing Wayfair and other dropshipping websites and shit to sell one another little babies is actually comparatively not as bad as, like, abortion? This is what I'm saying. Like, if you ask a couple questions and dive into their worldview, it like literally doesn't make sense within the worldview that they've created, no matter how psychotic it is.
Babies are murdered every single day in the womb, and that's a horrific evil. And our government even finds ways for taxpayer dollars to pay for it. That's what they did with the $1.9 trillion budget last night. One of the amendments I was able to introduce on the Rules Committee. See, they kicked me off, but guess what? I was on the Rules Committee yesterday. I introduced an amendment to stop all federal funding of that bill to go towards abortion. Democrats rejected it, of course, because they reject everybody's, Republicans' amendment. But yeah, no, we need to end it. We need to end it. Over 62 million people have been murdered. They've been canceled. And they want to cancel innocent lives in the womb. They want to cancel gender, male.
Dude. Everything is cancel culture, dude. Everything is cancel culture. Abortions? Cancellation of innocent lives in the womb. Just say murder, dumbass. Cancellation is like less aggressive than fucking murder. Just keep going with the murder element. Why do you have to say it's cancel culture? You're canceling a fetus. Oh God, when you're so dumb that like you turn your manufactured grievance into and you use less aggravating language to describe your manufactured grievance, it is so funny.
Male and female. They want to cancel conservative Americans that believe in those very real, fundamental things of life. And so ending abortion means ending it completely. Every life has a chance.
So it's not regulating it, it's not heartbeat bills, it's abolishing it.
Abolish abortion. End it completely. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
There aren't words for it.
I'm so glad to hear you say that. Okay, the last question, because I don't want to take up any more of your time. Speaking of labels, and they love to call you a conspiracy theorist, all of the garbage, right? Even though they believe in the Russia collusion. That's a big conspiracy theory, is it not?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. A lot of conservatives are having trouble keeping their jobs. We talked about being canceled and keeping their social media. They're getting banned everywhere like President Trump. There's a lot of people who, like me and you, are feeling scared to speak up. If you have any advice to Christians, conservatives, Trump supporters to speak up, what would you say to them?
I would would say that we are possibly living in the last days of having free speech. And if anyone values that, and if you're a Christian who has been saved by my Savior, their Savior, your Savior, Jesus Christ, if you believe in God, you better stop being complacent and you better stop being quiet. We are given this grace, and we're not meant to keep it covered. We're not meant to keep a lid on our light. We're meant to expose it to the world, and we are supposed to be brave. And if you are speaking the truth in this world, you're going to be attacked, and that's okay, because it's not this world that we live for, it's the next one. And so what I say to everyone is whether you're a religious person or whether you're not one, you have a great gift that most people on this planet don't have, and that is the freedom of speech. So use it, and don't ever forget that people like me that have been elected, everyone that works in government, everyone that serves in government, works for the people. It's a customer service relationship. See, that's something I understand as a business owner. I have to serve my customers, and their tax dollars pay for my paycheck. They pay for everything to do with government, and the American people need to remember that. So, it's hold people accountable. Tell them exactly what you have to say, feel, think, and hear, and never stop. Don't get discouraged. Don't get bullied by the media. Don't get bullied by big tech. Who cares about Mark Zuckerberg and, Google and all these people? It's not about them. It's about the American people, and the people matter. So people over politicians. I just keep saying it.
On behalf of my audience, I just want to say so many people love you, Marjorie, because you are real.
It's so sad. It's so fucking sad.
You are a real American. You're not an elitist out there. And I just want to say on behalf of them, we love you. We truly do. You represent us. Just like we see Donald Trump, that's what we see. We see ourselves in you and Donald Trump, and that's why we love you so much. So can I hug you? You're awesome. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you. As you guys noticed, I got...
Bro, she literally loves her. That's so weird.